Today we're going to talk more about that subject everybody talks about, nobody can do anything about, the weather. We installed a weather station on the motorhome, so we'll give you some details about that and how it works. Hi, this is Jim from RV4x40.com. Welcome to the channel today. We're glad you dropped by and it's good to see you. We recently installed an Acurite weather station. It's an Atlas, I believe is the model name of it. And it's interesting installing a weather station on a motorhome. For one thing, their instructions tell you it should be up on a 30-foot pole, which is kind of hard to do at all in a motorhome and certainly not something you're going to do driving down the road. So we've made some compromises in the installation, which will sacrifice a little bit of accuracy, particularly in the temperature readings. But we have it set up where it can sit up on the roof on a stand and be up on top, which gets it up where the wind is a little bit closer to what it should be. However, it is very close to the roof, so on a hot day we know that it reads high on the temperature versus what it really is. And for when we're on the move and not wanting to take time to put it on the roof and get it back down, say the next day, I've got a stand on just a board that can be put on the ground, put on the picnic table, or stuck somewhere outside without having to climb the roof. The entire system is wireless, and we'll cover that in some detail as we go through how the system works. So there are no connections required. The outside station has solar panels, so that's good. It has a battery in it, but normally the solar system takes care of all the power. This particular one also has a lightning strike indicator, which is interesting, and we'll cover that in some detail. So we're going to go through the installation of the thing in the sense of how it works, how the system works, give you some details on that. What we ended up with is a system which gives us the local weather, of course, and then it is linked into the internet. So as long as we have an internet connection with the RV, we can get the data externally if we're not in the RV. And one of the things I particularly like about this system is that it comes with an ability to send you alerts, either by text message or by phone. Again, we'll cover that in some level of detail. We do have 2 dogs we travel with, and we're away from the motorhome. While we have an emergency start on the generator, if power should fail, if something else fails and the RV is getting too hot, I really want to know about that in time to get back and get the dogs out and take care of whatever the problem is. That was one of the motivations for installing this particular system, was its internet connectivity. So we'll cover that in detail and give you some information about how the system works, what we think about it, and how we've enjoyed having it on the motorhome. We are working on unboxing a weather station. The box says it's from Cheney Instruments. Box cover says this is a set, do not separate. So we're going to take a look at what is in this set. To begin with, this is an Acurite weather station. This is called Acurite Access. Let's see what's in this box. Our handy dandy Swiss Army knife opening device, and this comes out with a cable and a power supply all wrapped in one little compartment there. We'll put that back out of the way for the minute. Maybe it goes in there, and so here we have what would look to be probably this is going to be a wireless interface. Doesn't say for sure. Device ID, model, backup. We have an Atlas lightning detector. That will be for detecting lightning strokes within some radius, probably 25 miles or maybe more. Look at the specs on that.
And here we have a high definition color display. It's going to be the heart of the thing that goes inside, I am sure. It's well packaged. I will say that for them. Nothing easy about getting things out. Guess it opens from the end, not from the top. And it came out of a bracket somehow, but this is the Acurite display. We'll have fun finding a place to mount that inside of the RV. And we certainly don't want to get that scratched or messed up in any fashion. Some cables down in there. So we'll put that back in its little box. So that's an indoor section. And it's well packaged, I will say that for it. And this would appear to be the mast for the outside. And this complex device is clearly the sensor part of the system. Pull that out of the plastic wrap. And so there we have solar panels on the side of it. It would mount this way, I'm sure. There's a rain bucket for rain to go into it, and clearly a wind direction and an anemometer. We have a little bit of wind today. Little solar panels on 3 sides of it, so as it rotates 3 directions we'll get and the arm apparently goes in like this, little knob back here, so it can be mounted against a wall, against a post of some kind, or to the roof. So the intention is to mount this device on the roof of the RV, and this comes out quite a ways. That goes in like that.
This is the outside unit. You can see the board it sits on with the black post. There's a thumb screw at the back that you can use to tighten down so it doesn't move. The unit should be pointing to the south because that gives you the wind direction, the way it's recalibrated. The black section in the front is the bucket that collects the rain, and it just dribbles down on through the gray section with the louvered type output. Here you can see one of the 3 solar panels that are on the unit. There's one east, west, and south. They ignore the north because that's not going to give you a whole lot of sun. It is normally powered by these solar panels, although there is a backup battery in the unit in case there's no sun or the battery just hasn't been charged enough. This is a view from the other side showing you the 3rd solar panel and the one in the front again. Here you can see the collection area for the rain that goes down in the rectangular shaped section towards the back of the picture. There's also a bubble level in the front there on the right, the round device, that tells you when it's level. It needs to be relatively level for the rain collector to work, because it's fundamentally a seesaw in there that the rain dribbles on. Here's a display that is inside the unit. It is linked by RF. And as you can see, well, maybe you can't see too well in this video, but this really is one of the better parts of this unit. It's a very high quality display. There is a lot of information included on the display. Primarily you can see the outside temperature and the humidity, the wind direction, and kind of the blue circle at the top. It's barely moving when this was filmed. There's a indication of how much rain you've had in the last 48 hours and some other things that scroll by. So it's really a good way to do it. There's also an indoor temperature and humidity down at the bottom, and a clock and a timer and a calendar. So a lot of information on it, and the display is really very well done. This is the other main page of the display. It shows you what's happened today for a high and a low and some other information that you can read, and it also shows you what happened yesterday by comparison. You have the option to cycle through screens or leave it in just one static display. This is the static display that would be there normally. And then it automatically switches over to this display to show you yesterday's records and today's records. So you can look at highs and lows of the current day, however much has elapsed, what the wind speed has been yesterday and today, and what any rainfall has been. So there's a lot of information in this, and it just bounces back and forth between these two displays. Here you can see the device on the roof, another metal post that holds it down. As long as the RV is level, then the system will be level up there. It's low to the roof, which does give a problem on a sunny day because the roof will heat up and the temperature readings will be on the high side. I did mount it close to the ladder so that I can put it up and take it down without actually getting on the roof, just up on the ladder, and I can reach over that far and put it on or take it off as needed. The system design is somewhat unique and not exactly what I expected when I bought it, but it does work. Basically, there is the rooftop unit and then a display, and what you would expect. Those are the primary components, and if it stopped there, it would still be a good system. Those are connected wirelessly. However, this is not Wi-Fi wireless. This is a 430 megahertz or so wireless system used for remote thermometers. If you want to connect to the internet, then you need to have another device. It's a connection device as popped up in there. It also gets the data wirelessly from the outside unit. There is no link between the internet and that inside display unit, which is surprising. If you want to get to the internet, you have to provide a hardwired connection into your system somehow to get to a router that can take you to the internet. What you see here is what is included in the basic system, at least the model number that I bought. And you can get all your data to the internet from the outside world, but there is no connection between the display and the internet, and the display is the one that shows the internal temperature of the RV. So I was not getting the most critical piece of data that I wanted. After talking to the vendor, I found out you have to add another device, an internal temperature sensor, which is redundant with the one in the display, but it also gives you temperature and humidity. So now you have all the data you might want going to the internet. My preference would have been to have had a true wireless connection in the display that could connect wirelessly to our internet network in the motorhome, and all that data could have been transmitted out that way. It would have saved that extra box, would have saved the need to buy a thermometer to put on the inside, and it would have saved a wired connection. But it is what it is. It's not the design I would have chosen, but it is one that does work once you get it all put together. Once you have all this working, you can go to a website called myacurite.com. You have to set up an account there, but it's free at this point. You've already paid for it, I guess, when you bought the system. And from there you can see the data. There's trend data. There's a lot of information that's there about what the current readings are. And so it's a very useful website in that standpoint. You can link this data to Weather Underground if you wanted to. In the case of someone who's mobile where the location is changing on a frequent basis, it doesn't make sense to do that. So our data is not linked that way, but I do have access to it any place we have the internet, as long as the RV has an internet connection. While I love the display that this system has and it's very useful, one of the main reasons I wanted to install it was an ability to set up alerts, particularly about the temperature in the motorhome, as I discussed earlier. You can set up several different custom alerts based on the readings from the inside or outside parameters, and more importantly, you can set up how you want the links to go, whether you have them sent by email, by text message, and you can have multiple locations. So we have it set up so both my wife and I get a text message and an email alert if the temperatures go outside of what we consider to be an acceptable range. And of course there is an app for your phone, so you get the same data here that you would get by going to their website. It is just updated as the system updates in the RV. It actually scrolls down. It's a little bit longer than my phone is. So here's the top screen giving you the external data, and interesting, you can see the top of the lightning data, which is there. And scrolling down, what's listed as a temp and humidity sensor, not labeled as such, but that is the internal data for the RV. So you can see when this was recorded, it was 79 degrees inside the RV and 47% humidity. There's also a forecast down below, which seems to be reasonably good. You do have to update your location so it knows where you are, which is something I sometimes forget to do. Once we got through the initial issues and got everything fixed and working correctly, we are very happy with the system. I would do it again. The display that you see here is probably the best feature in the whole thing. It's the most visible feature, certainly. Extremely well done display, very crisp, very useful information on it. And I do like the web interface. That was one of our reasons to get it, was the ability to do the warnings. They have worked. We've had to go off a couple of times, and nothing serious, just a matter of getting the alarm function set up correctly. One of the small details with getting this system that kind of annoyed me at the time, although in retrospect it was relatively minor, but we got it. We purchased it from Amazon, and I forget the exact dates involved, but the date code on the system was probably 5 to 6 months earlier before we got it. Once we got it and had it installed, I found that the lightning strike indicator would give you several hundred lightning strikes reported on an absolutely clear day with no clouds in sight. So that was clearly something that wasn't working right. I contacted Acurite and was told that this particular system model had been recalled due to the lightning strike problem. What annoyed me about that was this was sometime before, and this unit had been sitting in a warehouse at Amazon for probably some length of time, or in their own warehouse. I'm not sure where it was. But in that time, they had not bothered to get it back from the field and repair it. It wasn't until I had it out, installed it, and found it wasn't working right. Then I had to contact them. Then I had to ship it back to them, all of which was effort on my part. It wasn't huge, but it's annoying when you're traveling around trying to get other things done, as it would be even if you weren't traveling around, especially when the vendor knew about it in advance. I will give them this. They turned it around promptly, sent it back to me, and it has worked fine ever since. So it was something they were able to take care of, but the process of getting there was something I felt I should not have to have gone through for something. And this is not a particularly cheap system as weather systems go. It's not the most expensive in the world, certainly, but it was annoying that the vendor hadn't done more to take care of this before I got the system. That's how the weather system works. We've been very pleased with it. It does do what it's supposed to do. It gives us temperature, gives us rainfall, gives us wind speed and direction, all that kind of good stuff. The lightning strike indicator is a bonus. It wasn't something I was looking for, but it came with the system. So the system had other features I wanted, in particular an ability to get the data external to the RV when we weren't here. That was one of the strong motivating factors to get this installed. We hope you've liked the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. That does help us out. We would appreciate that. In the meantime, we hope we'll see you somewhere as we travel the highways and byways of America. Remember, keep her between the ditches as you drive.